Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Donald Trump, that's my president. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I believe a moment that was etched in time for all of human history, or at least as long as we're on this planet, hundreds of years from now, they'll be talking about Donald Trump raising his hand, blood dripping down his face, chanting "fight, fight," while the crowd chants "USA." This is a man who was just shot, who came within millimeters of being gone from this world. And there he is, standing strong, a warrior president, as Dana Perino of Fox News said. That's the man I want leading my country. A man who was so unafraid in the face of possible assassination. That's a guy who's not going to be afraid of Xi or of Putin or of Kim or of any of these despots. This is a guy, and if you're another country looking at this, this is a guy we can't mess with. He is strong, and when the history books are written, they will talk about the strength of this man and what he had to endure for this country. That all he ever wanted to do, he had all the money in the world he ever needed. He didn't need any of this. All he wanted to do was help this country. And they tortured him for it. They tried to end his life for it. And when he said "fight, fight," well, apparently that set off some news anchors. That little announcement set off some news anchors. That wasn't the right message to send. What are you going to say if it was you? You've never been in that situation. How do you know what goes on in your mind? The fact that his instinct was to show strength, to let those people know he was okay, because he knew they were worried. He knew the nation would be worried, that his instinct was to show, hey guys, I'm okay. You didn't get me. That's a man. That is a hardcore badass, and that is a man I want for my president. And I will tell you this, because I believe it with all my heart. That photo of him, blood streaming down his face, hand raised, that photo is unbeatable. You could have any Democrat presidential candidate you want. You're not defeating that man anymore, because that photo is undefeatable. I want you to watch this ridiculous news anchor freak out about Trump saying "fight." And then in the comments, I want you to tell me what you would say to her if you had the opportunity.
This is a quality of political discourse that is sadly becoming quite common.
Sadly.
Wolf, just quickly, Liz Cheney, I don't know if you've read this before. She put out a statement. She obviously has been on the other side with Donald Trump. She said reports of the shooting in Pennsylvania are horrifying. Again, violence of any kind has no place in American politics. I do want to say there was one thing that when I watched the tape, I found odd because of all of the heated rhetoric. And that is that after he was hit, former President Trump got up and said, "Fight, fight, fight." I think what we're hearing from people is that's not the message that we want to be sending right now. We want to tamp it down.
Yeah, I would just know one thing on this, to that point. His co-campaign manager, Chris Lasavita, just put out a tweet or posted on X, and he made clear in that post, blamed a lot of things, which I think a lot of Republicans, I think we're all hearing. Republicans are mad. There are a lot of Republicans who are mad and believe there was a lot that led to this moment, and they want to blame people for that. Lasavita said, making very clear, you win this, you end this at the ballot box. And I think whether people focus on that is the outcome here, and kind of continue to tamp down, whether it's a benevolent statement or not, whether the focus is on that versus continuing the acceleration we've seen over the course of the last several years, I think is going to be a very real question, and a question that the answer may have very real consequences on over the course of the coming weeks.
Yeah, all right.